in Kyrgyzstan, and Kyrgyzstan doesn't give license for practicing. And if I get license there in Pakistan, am I eligible to work in Germany? Now, see, you are exactly in that position that I mentioned. That Kyrgyzstan will not give you license, and if you get license from Pakistan, that is the Pakistan, the licensing authority. I forgot the name now, but licensing authority. If they give you exam, if you take your exam and give you license, again Germany will say that no, your education is not complete. Reason being that they will say, they will find out that what are the requirements of Kyrgyzstan, and then they will say that okay, there was a license exam to be taken in Kyrgyzstan to complete the training. So it might happen that they will say that no, your education we don't consider completed here. Now, it happened to one of our candidates, not from Kyrgyzstan but China, in fact, and we it was like 1 year back or something. So we fought against it, and because that was new, that was if by the now since I know these things, I don't take candidates with Chinese graduation in my consulting program. But that was a new rule, and that by the time the candidate was already enrolled and already processed everything, and so it came as a shock to us, and then we fought against it, and then we explained or debated why should I take the, in your case, the Kyrgyzstan exam. Like, I'm from Pakistan, I want to work in Pakistan, I want to be registered there, and Pakistan has recognized my training over there. So it is a transfer basically. I completed my training in Pakistan and not in. So you see my documents from Pakistan because they're completed in Pakistan. So why do you want? I have not completed in Kyrgyzstan. That was our argument for China in respect to China, and after lots of deliberations, lots of long emails, it worked. Okay, but it was a very hard work. Okay, that's why I say that if you're going through this, then you should be aware of the risk. It might happen that you go through it, you invest lots of money, you invest lots of time and effort and everything, and at the end, you will not be able to practice in Germany. Okay, so that risk is there. What you can do in the meantime is that now they have started recognition of educational qualifications online. It costs around 200 euros or something. Okay, so you can check that. I have made a video about that on my YouTube. You will find like few weeks back. So there you can go and go to the link, and there you can get your educational status at present recognized from them. Do they accept the training that you have, and do they say that okay, it is completed training? The word completed training, the so abgeschlossene Ausbildung or abgeschlossene Medizinstudium, these words are very important. So I would recommend that before investing or going further on this track, you go to that license, to that recognition platform, and see what they say. Okay, in that way, with 200 euros and all the process online, you will have definitely saved lots of efforts and money. Or what does it? Why does it not less than 6 months to recognize certificate? Less than not six months to recognize certificate in Germany. It takes as long as it takes. We cannot influence that, and why it happens, that I have to ask some of the officers who work over there, that why to take so long. Because valid question, it can be done faster. Things go in UK, for example, you send for a recognition, and within 30 days you get a response that everything is fine. But then you have to have ECFMG certification for that. So here, since things are not digital, all paperwork, now they've started digitalization, but still all the documents have to be legalized from embassy. Then they will check the correctness of the documents. And then also they have so many applicants that they don't do that, and it takes longer. Now, exact reason why they take more than 6 months to answer. Sorry for that. I completed till B2, and I did also C1 and FSP Vorbereitung course. I finished MBBS in India and applied to Bayern Medical Council and got deficit Bescheid. They told me I will be getting FSP date in June, July. Right now I'm in India. Wonderful. That's good. You will be getting FSP date. You should apply for visa. You have deficit Bescheid. You should book a course. You already have a course, FSP course. So then you should try for a hospitation. If you don't have a hospitation, if you don't have a course, then you will have to get a visa for the exam, Schengen visa, for example, on which you are allowed to work for, allowed to stay for 90 days. Uh, I don't recommend that coming for such short duration, because that way your purpose is not completed. Okay, your aim is not reached, because you will come here, you will go for the exam. Same day, you will get to know you passed or failed. Even if you pass the exam, what will you do after that? Because you will have come with a return ticket already. Then you'll have to go back. If you fail the exam, then what will you do? Now again, you will go back, and then again you will apply from there, from India. So the strategy that you have gone through, it is you have done everything from India. That's fine, but you have June exams in June. I would recommend find another course or a hospitation. Come to Germany around say May, at least 1 month before the exam, so that you can get the feel of the culture, how the language is spoken, the how people behave that way. So when you are in the exam, you don't feel completely awkward, because the exam is going to be in German language. That's why learning the language, knowledge is not the problem. Knowledge you can gain, but learning the language, being comfortable speaking it and communicating it, is also very, very important. So that would be my suggestion in your case, that you should either get a hospitation or book another course and come to apply for a visa, because visa itself, longer visa itself will take a couple of months. So in your case, your option right now, what I say is that we have March end now, April, May, June. So you are left with very little option other than applying for a Schengen visa before that. I have a couple of questions. First, is it necessary to have a job offer to get a Berufserlaubnis? Now, to have a job offer to get a Berufserlaubnis after passing the FSP. Many states, yes. Many states, no. But many states, they will need, I mean, if they are giving you Berufserlaubnis, then you will need a job offer. But after passing the FSP, getting a job offer is not very difficult. Okay, in a smaller clinic, smaller towns, you will have, you can easily get job offers. I mean, not easily, but you can get. So yes, Berufserlaubnis, and as soon as you have a job offer, then Berufserlaubnis will come in a couple of weeks. Since the new rule change, how does one go about avoiding the Gleichwertigkeit process and give the KP? See, you can still avoid the Gleichwertigkeit process and you can still give the KP. Only now they ask you additionally with Visit Bescheid, are you sure you want to avoid the Gleichwertigkeit process? Are you sure about that? Because it has happened in the past that people went directly for the exam and they failed the exam 3 times. And then when they failed the exam 3 times, they said, sorry, I forgot. I had the chance of Gleichwertigkeit. I did not do that. So let's do Gleichwertigkeit now. So that becomes legally very difficult. And then they went to the court that, okay, our chance of Gleichwertigkeit is still not exhausted. We want to do Gleichwertigkeit now. Now, they were the candidates from Eastern European countries who also had chance of getting like Gleichwertigkeit, but they did that after failing the exam. So now that is why they get it like directly right at the beginning that, okay, you go for Gleichwertigkeit first. Spend 1,700 euros, spend 1 year time, and after then that is negative, then you come for the exam. That is they say. But if you say there's no, so I know the problems and I don't want to waste my 1,700 euros and don't want to waste 1 year of my time again, I would rather directly go for the exam. So then the condition is that then you should not back out. Like then you cannot say later on that, okay, I want to go for Gleichwertigkeit. Okay. So I have received a document in my from a Sachberater where he has said it is now obligatory to do Gleichwertigkeit. He also says that if I want to avoid it, then I need to give concrete reasons as to what I cannot submit the documents. Yeah, so you have to mention that I cannot submit the documents. I don't believe that my educational qualification from my home country is equivalent to that in Germany, and they will. Yeah, so that is fine. You'd say I don't have curriculum. And then he says, thank you for the clarity you have provided for many of us. Yeah, you're welcome. Next question is, can you apply for registration in 2 different states? Answer is no. You cannot apply for 2 different states. You have to apply for 1 state because they ask for it on your application form. Now, there is no centralized data body where they can tally it, okay? But you have to apply, they ask, have you applied to any other place? And then if you say no, like if you falsify the information, then later on you might have a problem, because later on when they communicate with each other because of some reason, and also you'll have to prepare 2 sets of like 2 translated documents, 2 attested copies, and does not make sense applying to 2 places because they are eventually going to get to know, and that is not a good thing. You have to lie on the application form. That is not the good thing. Hospital job versus private practice with respect to payment and financial satisfaction. See, Jay Bingare asks about financial satisfaction. Now, financial satisfaction is a very subjective matter. Okay, somebody might be a millionaire and not be financially satisfied because he wants to earn another million, and somebody might have, say, 20,000 euros in his bank account and satisfied that, okay, fine, I have enough for my food and clothing and education of my children and everything for now, and I will earn more. So satisfaction is a very subjective matter, is a very personal matter. You cannot say who is satisfied, who. I mean, you cannot make that a rule. About hospital job and private practice, hospital job you earn less, in private practice you earn more. Now, but still many people prefer doing hospital jobs, because in hospital jobs, as I said, you work 40 hours and then you have like you leave, you go home and do your private time with family and vacation, whatever. In private practice, you have all the burden on yourself. The administrative job is also yours. Profit and loss, you are basically a businessman, an entrepreneur, basically you are. So that creates lots of stress, and many doctors don't want that kind of stress. So and private practice, because it's a business, it all go in loss. Okay, so that is why many people prefer jobs in hospitals, especially surgical branches, because in surgery you need a team, you need ICU, for example, you need big setups. So in private practice that is not possible or very expensive. That's why many people prefer hospital jobs. University not making document which mention practical and theory hours. I requested them many times, but they are not making it, sir. I have university pamphlet and stamp. If this document won't verify much, can I make it myself? You you want to make a university document yourself, sign for your like dean or something? What can I say? I don't recommend such practices. I don't recommend such practices. We get to know. I mean, as I said, nothing is centralized here, so everything is opaque basically. So yeah, do what you want, but I don't recommend such things, because if something goes wrong, if somebody catches you, then you will be a fraud, and then they might like ban you from the medical system in Germany. And starting a career of such fraud, not a very good idea. If they're not giving you, ask them, you give them samples, the university that they want it. It is basic. It's a basic thing. Like every university has a curriculum, has a transcript with a number of hours, number of marks, everything. And if they don't have it, then you can prepare it, a sample, let them print it their own letterhead and let them stamp and sign it. Then it is fine that if they don't know the sample, or you take one of the samples from your colleagues, from others, and you show them that, look, it should look like this, and then let them sign and stamp it. But you have the stamp and you will do it yourself. That does not make much of sense, like from a doctor, at least. Finally, next question is that, do you have courses for to prepare for B1 or A2 Goethe Institute certificate exam? If yes, how much is it? Please talk to our language course. Talk about the language courses. See, about we have a course. We have A1 to B2 level courses, and they're run by that's run by my team in India. So the number that I showed in the presentation, that or its number is easily available on the website also. You can call them, you can get the PDF, the rate list, and all those things that is there, that you can, how the course is run, how the duration, everything, all the details you can get over there. So it does not make sense for me to spend a few minutes talking about that courses, because that is very easily available. Okay, so call on the number and you will get the information. Thank you. The next question is PG from Germany or then practice in Switzerland with respect to money. Yes, that is a good answer, good question. Many people do that, in fact, that they do PG in Germany and then they move to Switzerland. Switzerland is more strict in taking foreigners, basically. That is one thing. But once you are, by the time you do PG here, you will be a German citizen already. So with German citizenship, you can definitely move to Switzerland. It's also expensive, but it's a good choice. Many people do that. They move, they live in a good environment, and it pays well. Switzerland pays well. The next question is that which state is the... now, please don't write more questions. I have enough questions here, and we have only 9 minutes remaining in this webinar, as I can see. Okay, so which state is easiest to register in your opinion? All states have the pros and cons. Bayern still is good. Niedersachsen has its conditions. That is also good. I don't recommend Thüringen. I don't recommend Baden-Württemberg. Baden-Württemberg, I would recommend Hessen. Otherwise, NRW is also good nowadays. In Düsseldorf, the exams have become more like realistic. Initially in Münster, it was very difficult, but Düsseldorf, that is the NRW, is also good nowadays. Should I wait for Deficit Bescheid to week visa application? I don't have a B2 certificate, but got visa interview date, and then should I postpone interview? See, if you have hospitation, no, you have. If you're applying for the Vibhash, the question is that which kind of visa are you applying for? If you're applying for 16D visa, as I see, I feel that you're applying for 16D visa. In that case, you will need a Deficit Bescheid. Okay, so in that case, you'll have to postpone your visa interview, or else it can also be like this, that you might have communication with the medical council or the licensing authority by now, that the Bestätigung, the Eingangsbestätigung, other documents. So you can go with that document to the interview. Okay. And by the time visa, because the process itself takes 2 months, okay. So by the time Deficit Bescheid come, you can do, like, you can send it later on. So don't postpone it. You go for the interview with the document that you have already, and tell them, if they ask for it, tell them that Deficit Bescheid you will send as soon as you get it. Asks, I have completed my B2 Goethe exam. I currently live in the UK. My next step is to apply for medical council, Deficit Bescheid. Here, quiz: best and advisable ways to find a sworn translator to get documents translated, and list of documents translated in German. Very easily findable on Google. If you find, if you just write in Deutsch, write in German, that Übersetzung. So all the like companies in Germany are valid. Okay, so companies in Germany. Otherwise, if you find individual translators, there is a website called Dolmetscher, justicedolmetscher.com, starting with Z, justicedolmetscher.de. So there you can go and you can find, but you can find any of the companies also in Germany. All companies which are located in Germany are valid translations. Next is that documents must get apostille. Example, degrees. Yes, documents must get apostille, not apostille. Apostille is a different thing. It has to be attested. Apostille you get from the Ministry of External Affairs, and it is not, there is no apostille treaty between India and Germany. So you don't need apostille. What you need is attested. Attested, you can get it from either of German embassy in your country. If you are living in Germany, then any lawyer can also attest it. So yeah, German embassy will attest your documents if required. The third question was where to get the documents notarized. Now see, again, you don't need to get notarized. That is the same thing. Attested is what you don't have to get notarized. Notarized is the wrong word. Attested, certification, these are the right words, and it has to be the embassy. That is correct. And about translation, the sequence can be different. It does not have to be like, ideally, if it is attested first and then translated, it makes more sense, because the attestation comes in the translation that documents are attested. But even if it's done in vice versa, like first translation, then attestation, that does not make any difference. We have not faced any difference as of yet. Then Helen asks, I'm currently studying medicine in Georgia and non-European country. Helen, your pathway will be same to what I have explained to the colleague from Kyrgyzstan, that you will have difficulty. Okay, you will have difficulty. Go with a very, very high risk situation if you want to go that route. Why does everyone apply to NRW or Bayern when applying? Why other states not preferred? No, it is not like that. You can go to NRW, Niedersachsen, you can go to Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Sachsen-Anhalt also you can apply. But then when you ask, everyone you ask, is there like applying to what you ask is best states. That's why they give you these answers. You can apply to other states also. There's few states where you should not apply, which I've already mentioned, like the Thüringen, Baden-Württemberg, and Hessen. Monish asks, directly after clearing KP exam, can we start applying for dental residency? My question was that you need some kind of experience. Yes, you need 2 years of experience. Before you start actually residency, Weiterbildungsprogramm program. So 2 years is assistant site, it is called. That means you're basically learning to work independently after approbation also. And then to start training, you need this completed. You need to have completed this 2 years of assistant site. Helen again asks, also internship is not being provided here. Is it compulsory to have? Yes, it is compulsory. So Helen, in your case, I would totally refrain from Germany. Lamia Khan asks, I have a question. I live in Portugal, but did my medical degree from Bangladesh. Can I get hospitation in Germany? you can definitely get a hospitation in Germany. You'll have to just apply for it to different places, as I have mentioned previously in the webinar. See, this webinar is going to be provided again. If you have missed some information and you want to hear it again, then you can go on the link again. It will be there for a few more days, and then you can go through the entire thing again. Okay, so you can do that. But medical degree from Bangladesh. Now, medical degree from Bangladesh, I mean, I assume you have all the requirements also, the license and everything. So then it's fine. You can apply for hospitation. Mohammed, Zishan, I could not get license in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, you will have difficulty. You will have lots of difficulty, Mohammed Zishan, to apply for when you have from Kyrgyzstan, because your citizenship is in Pakistan. That's why. Vibhash, did they verify documents by sending back to the embassy? Now, see, yeah, I'll read it further. If they don't allow application for FSP, then can we apply in other state? See, most states don't nowadays, but some states still do. This is called Echtheitsprüfung. They send the documents back to the place where it has originated, and then verified from there. So if they don't allow application for FSP, then you can withdraw it at any time. But only the question is that if it makes sense, because it's again going to take time. It's again going to take those waiting for months together. So Ashwin asks, when we apply for 16D visa with the deficit Bescheid, will I be getting a visa for 18 months, 3 years by default? No, you will be getting initially visa for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months only. Okay, whatever reason you show. If you show that, okay, I have hospitation for 6 months, you'll get a 6 months visa. If you show that I have a course for 4 months, then you'll get course for 4. But then after coming here, you have to extend it. That is a normal way. You don't get directly 18 months or 3 years. They see that, okay, whatever you have said during application, are you actually doing that or not? Or have you just given up? So then does not make sense to extend the visa. Do I have to register in course? Yes, you have to be registered in the course to apply for 16T visa. Only hospitation visa, you don't need a course.